Hi, Michelle Seitz here. You're watching the lesson on heading numbering. Here's the scenario. You have a document in which you would like to add some numbered headings, such as 1, 1.1, etc. Watch this video to learn how to do this. Automatically numbered headings have many uses. You can cross-reference to them using the cross-reference button. And if you find you have to move a paragraph to a different section of your document, it will automatically renumber the headings when you update your document. If you take the time to do some prep work, you can also save this as a template for future use, so that you will not have to perform these steps over and over. I can show you how later in the video. For now, let me show you how I have been successful creating numbered headings. On the Home tab, in the Paragraph group, click the down arrow for Multi-Level List. At the bottom of the list, you want to define New List Style. The Define New List Style dialog box is displayed. The first thing you want to do is name your style. After you name your style, click the Format button at the bottom of the dialog box. Now click on Numbering. You're presented with a Modify Multi-Level List dialog box. The first thing you want to do when presented with this dialog box is click the button More. This will extend the dialog box and present more fields. As you can see, there are 9 different levels. We're going to start with level 1. We're going to define and format the characteristics of level 1. The first thing we want to do is go over to this field, Link Level to Style. Click the down arrow and scroll down to heading 1. You don't want to skip this step because it's very important that you link level 1 to heading 1. Next, we want to format some of the characteristics of this number. I don't want a parenthesis, I want a period. So I'm going to delete the parenthesis and I'm going to put in a period. This number 1 is currently a field code and you don't want to delete it. This field right here is the number style for this level. If you click the down arrow, it can give you other choices. You don't have to start with the number. Some of the other choices are Roman numerals or letters, but there are many more. We're going to start with the numbers. In this box here, click the Font button. You're presented with the Font dialog box. In here, you can change the font type, the font style, the font size, and many other characteristics. I want Times New Roman, so in this field, I'm going to type the letter T, which will bring up the styles that begin with the letter T. I'll click on Times New Roman. I also want it bold. And I want this level to be size 14. I'm going to click OK. The position fields should be set to your specifications. I will show you what my preferences are. I like all my headings aligned left. And I always want my text indented. So for level 1, I'm going to indent my text at 0.25. And following the number, it will add a tab. You can click on this button if you want all of the levels set to the same position. So for instance, the number at this level is set at 0. And the text position will be at 0.25. And for each additional level, it will add a 0.25. Since that is not my preference, I'm going to click Cancel. And I'm going to set each level individually. I don't need to adjust most of these other fields, so I'm going to leave them as the default settings. Now we're going to set level 2. When I click on level 2, all the fields will reset. So level 2, I want linked to heading 2. This defaulted to the lowercase a. I'm going to change it to a number. I'm going to take out the parenthesis and add a period. Now, this is very important. We need to include the level number from the previous level or levels. So we want to put our cursor before this field code, and we want to click the down arrow, and I want level 1 included in my numbering schema. So I click level 1. That will add the level 1 number. I will add a period to separate those two numbers. The text will indent at 0.5. However, since I want all of mine aligned on the left margin, I'm going to change this to 0. In the font dialog box, we're going to change it to Times New Roman. I still want it bold, but this time I want 12 point, and say OK. Now let's go to level 3. We're going to link it to heading 3. We want our number level to be 1. I want to delete the parenthesis and add a period. I want to put my cursor before that field code. Now I need to add level 1 and a period, and go back in and add level 2 and a period. I want my font to be Times New Roman again and bold, and I'm going to leave it at the 12 point and say OK. My text indented at 0.75 is fine. However, I want it left aligned, so I will make this 0. Now we'll go to level 4 and repeat all these steps. We're going to do this for each level down to 9. You can do it for however many levels of heading numbering you want. Now after I have set all my formatting for my numbers, I click OK and click OK again. Now we want to open up the Styles dialog box. So on the Home tab, in the Styles group, click the arrow in the lower right corner. Now as you can see, we only have a few styles in this Style dialog box. So we need to add some headings, and we also want to modify these heading styles. So first, let's add the rest of the headings. So in order to do this, click this box here, Manage Styles. The Manage Styles dialog box is displayed. Click on Recommend tab. Now as you can see, headings 2 through 9 say Hide until used. So we want to click each one, and we want to show these styles in our styles box. So hold your Shift key down and click each one. Now hit the Show button and click OK. Now you can see all the heading styles are displayed in the Styles dialog box. So our first line is a heading 1. Our heading 1 style is surrounded by a box. This tells me that the heading 1 style is applied to this line. I want to modify this style. I click the down arrow and I want to click Modify. That brings up the Modify Styles box. Now as you can see, Times New Roman, 14, bold. My color is automatic. Mine is automatically black. You can change it to whatever color you want. Now we want to click on the Format button. And we want to click on Paragraph. Now this is my preference. I like 12 point spacing before my heading 1, and I like 6 point after. I also like a hanging indent. And since my heading 1 text is tabbed over at 0.25, I want any text in the heading that is so long that it wraps to the next line aligned under the beginning of the first line of text and not aligned at the left margin. I'll leave the other fields as is and click OK. And I'm going to click OK again. This is my heading 2 line. So I want to click in this line, and then I want to click on my heading 2 style because I want to apply the heading 2 style to it. I also want to modify it. So I click the down arrow, click on modify. You can see that it's Times New Roman 12 bold automatic. Again, I want to check the format of the paragraph. It's left aligned, it's left with no indent. My hanging indent is at 0.5, which is correct. It's incrementing every 0.25. And I prefer 6 point before and after my heading 2 through 9. So I'm going to click OK. And click OK again. Now you will notice there are 2 sets of the numbers 1.1. The first one is a field code, and the second set was manually entered when I started this document. I'm going to delete this manually numbered 1.1. Let's add a heading 3. You can see it automatically numbered when I clicked heading 3, but now I need to modify it. So I click the down arrow, select modify. This heading was set for default characteristics. You can see that the default settings are different. I want to change this to Times New Roman. 12 point is fine. I want to change it to bold, but my color I want to make automatic. And I want to check the formatting in the paragraph. Alignment left, no indentation, hanging at 0.75, that's correct for heading 3. But my before and after I want to change. I want to change this to 6 point before and 6 point after. And I want to click OK and OK. And I'm going to do this for each heading thereafter. As I mentioned before, if you're going to use this type of formatting over and over again, you might want to save it as a template. One option you can use is this. Since this path is unique to each computer, I will give you the path here. File, Save As, Users, click on your computer name, then go to App Data, Roaming, Microsoft, and then Templates. When you get to the Templates folder, in the Save As Type field, click on Word Template. If your template has macros in it, use Macro Enable Template. Since ours doesn't have any macros, we're going to use Word Template and click Save. So now, if you need to open that template, you would go to File, New, My Templates, and your templates will be displayed. Now when you open the new template, it will be saved as a .docx file. Just change the file name, and you're ready to use the document from the template. And that is the end of this lesson, heading numbering.